What's up, guys? Derek here, back again with another episode of Titans Season 2. This is episode 5, Deathstroke. Last time on Titans was a flashback episode to 5 years in the past. Started out showing Deathstroke just finishing a contract on some people, just being typical Deathstroke, just gunning people down, kind of showing off a little bit how good he is. But the main focus of last time's episode was the relationship between Aqualad and Donna, and just kind of like the will they, won't they type relationship that they had of he's clearly into her. She doesn't really want to fully admit that she is into him, and then she knew she was heading back to Themyscira, which is why she initially chose to sleep with him. She's trying to kind of pull the band-aid off and kind of get things over with, and she wanted to give into her desires and then bail, which sucky thing for her to do. But then she ended up choosing him anyway, and she was going to stay for the remaining 6 months or whatever it was. But literally, as soon as she chooses him, he just takes a bullet straight to the chest. Now, I wasn't sure if he was as strong as Aquaman, like in terms of obviously he's not as good as Aquaman, but in terms of like being able to take a bullet or something like that, I thought I read somewhere that like the Atlanteans, because of like being underwater and like the physical pressure that entails, I thought I read somewhere that like their skin was like harder, or like they were stronger in general because they needed to be able to deal with that. I guess for Aqualad that wasn't true. Maybe it had something to do with him being on land for an extended amount of time. Maybe you need to activate it somehow. But anyway, he got shot in the chest and he died, which sucks. And then Donna decided to stay because she wanted revenge. And then the episode ended with the gang figuring out who Deathstroke is. I think that this is like the first time they had ever heard of Deathstroke. And they kind of decide that they're going to hunt this dude down and mess him up. They're all looking for revenge in that moment. And the closing scene was Dick finding Deathstroke's son, Jericho, and kind of choosing to seemingly use this kid to get to Slade and do some nefarious things, which sucks. I wish that the friendship and relationship between those two would be genuine and they could become friends or something, but it seems like Dick's just fairly set on using him for their own gains. Not a very heroic thing to do, Mr. Nightwing. But this episode is called Deathstroke, so I think it's probably going to focus on Deathstroke. And I want to see more of him and kind of like what happened post Aqualad dying. So I'm guessing it'll show that, but I don't know. Before I jump into the episode, if you would like to see more of Titans, make sure you're subscribed. Leave a like on the video. If you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode, head down to Patreon. You can get that 1 week ahead down there as well. But yeah, other than that, let's jump right into this episode. after I eat a Skittle. "22 minutes.
Do it all day, all night. If you're nice, twice on Sunday. He said, "Shut the fuck up."
Is he gonna kill him?
Night night, asshole.
Gave up a little easy on that. Did you just break his hand? Deathstroke right there. Ooh, called it. You gotta find a sneakier way out of there, pal. Probably some bad juju happening. Ooh. Is that gonna go into him? Don't touch it. Don't touch it. What are you doing?
This little asshole has a tracking device in him?
That was his plan. Deathstroke knows about the tracker.
What is it?
He wants them to come get him.
I'll take care of the Titan myself. I ain't fucking up his ego.
Oh, don't make him mad. Even with extra light power, he's gonna mess you up.
It is you they are looking for. But it is he they shall find.
Key in the ignition. He's gonna get just straight messed up. Immediately killed. Oh my gosh. He's so excited. Immediately domed.
Besides, it wasn't our fault.
You're saying it's mine?
I didn't say that. I understand why you didn't tell Dick about your plan. You could have come to me. I could have helped if you didn't keep it a secret.
How? You can't even control yourself.
Excuse me?
Oh.
I saw you yesterday in the training. You couldn't bring it back in. Not to mention your creepy black cloud of razor blades that nearly took my hand off. At least now I know how you got those marks on your head.
Oh, so you're spying on me now?
I'm not spying on you. I saw it when we were sparring. Don't come at me about keeping secrets.
What did you do, guy? Did you growl at him? Was he real scared? If you and Jason hadn't been so stupid and thought it through, none of this would have happened.
Screw you!
Security alert. Main entrance. Access denied.
Gar, you're in the right.
Tracker located.
Screw Raven.
I got something.
She couldn't have done jack.
I see you found my gift.
Deathstroke. Where's Jason?
Oh, you mean your little sidekick?
Who the fuck you call it a sidekick, asshole? Adam, right. You fucking bastard! Come try that shit with me! Just tell us what you want.
As I was saying, if you want him back, hand over Rose.
It's Deathstroke's daughter.
Wait a minute. Pirate Girl is this guy's daughter?
Yeah, he wants her back, which we can't do. Why not? It's not a crazy idea.
You're not serious.
I'm serious about ending this with Deathstroke once and for all. It might not be pretty, but neither is watching Jason get killed by that lunatic.
Look, Jason is hurt, alone, scared. And
We all know what that feels like. Bottom line is, he's one of us. She's not. So handing her over if it saves his life. I don't know about you, but I can sleep a little better at night knowing I did the right thing.
You good with this, Grayson?
Is that the right thing though?
Hey, don't do this. Look, we can talk.
She's gonna mess him up.
I don't want to hurt you, kid.
Yeah, right.
She's like, I'll kick the crap out of you.
Okay, fuck this.
Let her go. Get out of my way, Rachel.
What's Rachel gonna do? Bring out the razor blades?
Nick will make sure
Oh, bad juju. Yeah, you should probably walk away from that. Oh! That was like a spine-shattering throw. That sounded like things broke. Yeah, that's like a broken back / death. Did she just kill her? She did not just kill her. No. Rachel just murdered her.
she's alive.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh, that's... What the F kind of exorcist crap is this? Okay, so Rachel 100% did murder her, but she's got some weird back to life powers.
Anybody got eyes on Dick?
He's
We're at the plaza. Where the fuck are you?
he's trading himself. Oh,
Dick.
what's he gonna do?
I know you're here.
He went to the prime sniper spot.
Nothing to do with Jason or Rose. You want your pound of flesh. Revenge for what happened. And I want this to end once and for all.
What if he wasn't there? He's talking to no one. Yeah, he's waiting for you to take the vest off, pal.
You have me instead of Rose or Jason. I'm pretty sure I'm the one you're mad at anyway. Here I am.
I don't
Hoo, hoo, hoo.
learn, do you? Always the hero. Take a look.
Oh, he knew he would come. Frick. Oh man.
Say goodbye to your friend.
Ooh.
You serious with the swing of this bullshit?
It's nighttime though.
Do you really think you're gonna compliment my hair instead of saying goodbye to Grayson?
Yeah. Put the... God, he's like John Wick. He's so good. Yeah, they know some crap's going down. They're like, oh. Is that a helicopter right here? she can stop the bullets in her hand. That's so good. Oh. Man, if she had any sort of martial arts skills at all, I mean, maybe she's got some. She must have had to have some training on her planet. Like, you didn't see that? Okay. Ooh, what? Ow. Is he using a... No, he's just got a pipe. But it's a staff. Staff-long pipe. Come on, Dick. Let's see what you got, bud. Okay, that was a flashbang. But like a super flashbang. No. There's... Okay, I was like, there's no way. He has to be murdered by the Joker. Well, not murdered, but, I mean, he does, yeah. Lazarus Pit brings him back, but...
Don't let go.
No way. Where's Raven? Or where's Gar turning into a bird? No! Come on! You can't end it like that. God, you buttholes. Oh, okay. Alright. Frick. Deathstroke is so good. He planned all of this. Like, he knew like, Deathstroke had 4 months to plan. That's insane. Like, he could probably rig up some good plan in like a day, but he had 4 months. So this plan's like perfect. The only person he didn't account for was Starfire. But oh my goodness. Okay. He captures Jason, right? Jason ain't no punk. He's not scared of him. At least he's not showing it. He's just... That's why you gotta love Jason. He's just straight up just calling Deathstroke a bitch. Like, I ain't scared of you. You probably should be. And he knew that the others would come for him. Like, he planned it. Like he said from the beginning, pick off the weakest one and have the rest come after you. So he's trying to orchestrate this trade for his daughter. I don't know if he wants her just to be like, okay, I have my daughter back, like, under my protection, or if he harbors some ill will towards her as well. But like, the one he's most upset with is Dick, because when he's talking to Jason, he says, Dick Grayson, he gives you kids a mask or a costume, and you think you're heroes, or you think you're safe, or something like that. And I think that's in reference to Jericho. I think maybe what started out as, in the past, of them using Jericho to get to Slade may have turned into Jericho becoming part of the team. He gets a costume and potentially also dies. So Slade is upset that his son died because Dick gave him a costume and kind of brought him into this life, and something happened. So he's rightfully upset at Dick. But yeah, he planned this whole thing out. Oh man, he knew they would be like, probably half his plan was them quarreling. He's trying to destabilize things, get them turning on each other. Like Gar and Raven were kind of at each other's throats this episode because like she's not sharing what's going down with her weird goo demon powers. And she's upset at Gar because he didn't bring her in. Like they've had this kind of like relationship where like they're pretty much in a relationship, almost like dating. But neither of them have acknowledged it yet. And so she is upset that based on that relationship that they have, he didn't bring her in on what him and Jason were doing. Like she feels as though she has earned the right to be a part of his like personal choices, which she hasn't until the two of them like make that relationship official. She has no right to be included in his personal dealings. And he kind of like rightfully throws that back in her face of like, hey, don't attack me for not sharing things. You're not sharing things. You can't even keep yourself under control. Like you're not telling Dick, you're not telling me anything. And so she's like, excuse me. And then, yeah, they get into a fight. And like, in my opinion, she's super in the wrong there. Gar is a precious baby boy. Don't you ever look down upon him in your life. And then, yeah, so the whole team is at each other's throats debating whether or not they're going to trade Rose for Jason. Hank is on board because he said, he knows what it's like to be alone. And I think he has that thought process of like, he's been in that spot, and if he can do something about it so no one else has to be in that spot ever again, like he's gonna make that choice. Donna, she's still just pouty as hell because she's still mad about Garth being killed, and pretty much all of her decision making right now and her thought process is being clouded by that, which I think not that she needs to get over it, but I think she needs to realize what is actually happening right now and think objectively. And then Dawn, she's like, shut this crap down. Like, I don't know what you thought you were doing, like starting this thing up again. Like, if you don't shut it down, I'll burn it down. It's like, Dawn and Donna, like, get your crap together. If it's going down between Dick Grayson and Dawn, I'm sorry, but Dick's gonna win. I mean, he maybe holds back a little bit because he doesn't want to beat the crap out of you, but he wins. If he wants this team to be a team, I mean, Dawn really has no input. Like, she doesn't have any right to be like, hey, I was part of the last team that sucked. You're not allowed to make a new team. Like, go live your life alone, Dawn. If you don't want to be a part of this, go live on your freaking ranch. You were you were the one that was doing midnight hero work anyway. Like, who do you think you are? Yeah, but then at the end of the episode, Deathstroke knew that Dick would try and sacrifice himself. He planned it. He knew he was gonna come up there. Which, granted, it was smart by Dick to be like, obviously he's gonna be trying to snipe us, but he wasn't really trying to snipe him. He was waiting for Dick to get there so he could make him watch Jason die. But he didn't account for Starfire, so they kind of give Deathstroke a run for his money. Starfire got in a few good shots with that pipe, which, I mean, based on the rest of the fight and how quick he was reacting, I'm surprised he allowed himself to get hit in the leg and in the face with that pipe. She's got some dope power abilities of being able to block bullets with her hands now, which I don't know if that has ever been a thing for her before, but that was pretty cool. And then they just end it with Jason falling off a building. There's no way he dies. They're not gonna retcon such a huge moment in the Batman continuity of Jason. They're not, like, Jason in the comics and everything else, he gets murdered by the Joker. And that is what causes Batman to kind of go off the rails a bit and kill the Joker, or try and kill the Joker at least. That's in the Killing Joke famous story. And Jason then famously he's brought back to life with the Lazarus Pit, and he hates Batman because of it, and he becomes the Red Hood. So there's no way that they would take that like huge pivotal moment in Batman history and retcon it into Jason being killed by Deathstroke as a way to get back at the Teen Titans. Like, it won't happen. There's no way. So he'll get saved somehow, either by Rose like diving out a window from beneath, or Gar turning into a giant bird, or Raven's gonna catch him somehow as a way of making up for murdering Rose. I forgot to even talk about that. In the moment, I heard bones and spine crack. Like, she threw her against that pillar and just snapped her spine. And then Rose did some weird exorcist crap where she just like contorted her body, which I don't think she needed to, because when she died, it's not like her body was mangled in some weird way. But when she came back to life, it like did some weird like super mangling to apparently get rid of the injuries. So I wonder if Jericho's got some weird powers too then, because I don't think Deathstroke has any crazy powers from what I remember of Deathstroke history. I don't think he does. But Rose has got some weird, maybe she's got some Lazarus Pit stuff going on. But yeah, freaking Raven been like, I can control my powers just fine, and then she murders Rose. Like, within 5 minutes, just kills this girl. Oh man. Yeah, so one of those three people is gonna save Jason. Like, there's no way Jason dies. Maybe Batman saves him. Ooh. Maybe, like, Ian Glenn coming in with the bat suit. That'd be sick as hell. But then I feel like he would then have to fight Deathstroke. And if Batman fights Deathstroke, Batman wins. So maybe it won't be Batman. Either way, I'm excited to see what happens next. He's gonna get saved, and I want to see what the next steps are for. Like, obviously, they're still up there in that tower. So they got to finish that fight off somehow. Like, I don't think Deathstroke would just run away after he dropped Jason. He's probably gonna, after Dick watches him die, like his plan was probably to kill him. So he's probably sticking around. So they're gonna have to resolve that somehow. Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of possibilities for which immediate direction they could go, but I'm not sure which one they'll take. Either way, it'll be sick. Season 2 so far, so much better. It's like you take off the first half of episode 1 of season 2, take that off, put it back on the end of season 1, make that the finale in a half or whatever. So from the second half of episode 1 through episode 5, season 2 has been so much better than season 1. Like, oh my gosh. Comparatively, season 1 sucks balls. Season 2 is so good. This is what happens when you have a compelling villain who, like, truly elevates everything around them. Like, I don't remember the name of the actor who's playing Deathstroke, but like the character of Deathstroke in and of himself is incredibly intimidating, and especially incredibly satisfying when he interacts with the Teen Titans in the cartoon and everything else where they interact. In the cartoon, he's like their main villain. So I think him just being so freaking good, both as a character, the way the actor on this show portrays him is incredibly satisfying, and then his costume, so good. The costumes on this show, like, are so much better than on, like, the CW shows. The CW shows, their costumes are just like, it's all just a leather jumpsuit, and it's just gross and it sucks. Like, their costumes suck, their writing sucks, their fighting sucks. Like, everything about the CW shows, like, I mean, they're still fun to watch, but like, if you actually take a look at it and judge whether or not it's good quality, it's not. It's bad comparatively. And so like his costume's so flippin' good. It, like, I commented on it during the episode, but that, like, when he's just standing there menacingly, like, he looks so good. They did such a good job on his costume. Oh man, that's what makes season 2 so far so good, is just like his presence as a villain is so demanding of respect and like awe that it then in turn, like, in order to beat him, then they have to be so much better, and it elevates everything. So season 2 so far, fantastic. I like it way more than season 1. I don't know. That's all my thoughts on this episode. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more. If you want to see full length, head over to Patreon. But I've been Derek. This has been Titans. Signing off. Peace.